dog around. Well, I've got to roam, baby, find me a brand new home. I'm going up the country, where did you wanna go? I'm going up the country, where did you wanna go? I'm going to some place where I've never been before. I'm cold, water tastes like wine. But I'm going where the water tastes like wine.
Good morning. What we have in mind is breakfast in bed for 400,000. Now, it's not going to be steak and eggs or anything, but it's going to be good food, and we're going to get it to you. It's not just the hog farm either. It's like the Ojai Mountain family and the pranksters and everybody else that has volunteered and put in their time into the free kitchens. In fact, it's everybody. We're all feeding each other. We must be in heaven, man. There is always a little bit of heaven in a disaster area. Okay, here comes mess call.
We introduced hippies to granola. I don't think they'd ever seen it before. And we passed it out in Dixie cups all over the festival. And people were laying in their sleeping bags, and somebody run up and had them a Dixie cup full of granolas. What is this, Scrabble?
In the mountains of New Mexico, the hog farm and a bunch of crazies were celebrating the summer solstice. Hundreds of us. In fact, I was getting married with 8 other people by Yogi Bhajan in an Indian ceremony. And up walks Stan Goldstein. And he says, I want you guys to come to Woodstock and help us with, fixing up the paths and the booths and the medical tents and things like that. And we said, sure, okay. And he kept calling and kept calling and kept calling. And pretty soon he said, I'm going to send a jet to get you. Well, at that point we said, this guy's serious.
I thought the last thing we need are these mouths to feed. I mean, who is this commune anyway from New Mexico that we're going to, A, get a jet plane for, and B, bring them up here and have them on as our responsibility for the weekend? Don't we have enough problems? And Stanley spent about 10 minutes explaining it to me, and I instantly realized, thanks to the way he put it across, that this was a very smart idea. And it turned out to be much better than even he had imagined, because they, as much as anything, they were responsible for maintaining the tone of this event.
Somebody at the airport said, we hear you're in charge of security. And Wavy Gravy said,
My God, they've made us the cops. I said, well, do you feel secure? The guy says, well, yeah. I said, well, see, it's working. He says, what are you using for riot control? And I said, cream pies and seltzer bottles. I remember the promoters asking us how many security armbands we needed. And I remember saying, well, what do you think, Babs? And Babs said, how many people are you expecting? And they said, well, a couple 100,000. And Ken said, well, that'd be sufficient.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joe Cocker, let's go for Sunday.
Yes, well, good afternoon. And it's great to see you. Right, do what you want, get your uncles out. This is called Let's Get Stoned. You know my baby, she won't let me in. I've got a few bills. I'm gonna buy myself a little live. Then I'm gonna call my body to the podium say, let's go get strong today now. You know I've been working so hard, yes, all day long. Everything I'm trying to do, I know it always seems to turn out wrong. Oh, that's why I'm gonna stand back all the way home. Let's go get Sunday night. You know that you know I'll be back. You can get yourself a taste. Don't you go, you're cool, no, no. Don't stop messing up the man's play. I say that you know how my friends, and take yourself a nip now and then. Oh, but don't fall down. Oh, let's go get some today. I spent the last 2 weeks of my life in New York City. I was living on 8th Avenue in a crazy place called Lowe's Midtown Motor Inn. Oh, I thought I was going insane both day and night. Little wall, sat on my little bed in my spaceship. I'm listening to my radio. And a man keeps telling me all about oh, he says there's 350,000 little people all hanging out in one big piece of ground, son. Whoa, and I thought to myself, it's gonna come true someday. Hey, we get a little nearer that land, both day and night. So whether you turn around to your brother, your sister, your mother, your police officer, anybody else you want to talk to, all you gotta say to your friend is, let's well, let's go on, yes, sir. Yeah, let's all go and get storm. Hey. Oh, I gotta live that. Oh, to the day I gotta die. Thank you so much.
The fantastic Joe Cocker.
When I personally got to Woodstock, the hog farm had been there. The advanced hog farmers with the Kesey's bus further and the road hog were already there, and they'd set up a little kitchen for the hog farmers themselves. And we had discussions about how we were going to feed these people that were coming. And they were out scrounging around some aluminum pots and this and that. And I looked at the whole scene and I said, we don't need to scrounge. Let's go get the real equipment. And of course, I was really pure health nut at that point, and I didn't believe in aluminum. So I said, we have to get stainless steel and no sugar, absolutely no sugar. And we can't have salt, no salt. So everybody's going, yeah, Lisa, yeah, right. And Bonnie Jean and I were sparring about this, and I got my way because I'm real pushy. So I decided that I was going to go into New York, and I took Peter White Rabbit, one of the hog farmers, with me to show me around New York because I had only been there once, where to go to buy this stuff. I ended up buying 160,000 paper plates, forks, knives, and spoons, and about 30,000 paper cups. And it's a good thing I did because they all went. Everything went.
It looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain, so you better cover up. If it does, and if we should have any slight power problem, just cool it out. We'll sit here with you. All these people on the towers, all of you up in the towers, please come down. You're making it very, very dangerous. Everybody who's in the back, please move back. Please move back. We have to get away from these towers. Go slowly, but move back. We'll come back when it's all over. It'll be cool. Just move away from those towers. We don't want one of those lamps to be blown. Please. Put the mic stands down on the floor. Please come down off those towers. If it does rain, it'll be slippery and dangerous. Please come down. All right, everybody, just sit down. Wrap yourself up. We're going to have to ride it out. Hold on to your neighbor, man. Please come down off those towers, gentlemen.
Hey, put the power up here, all right?
Where? All right, we're going to have to turn on the microphones for a minute. Hang in there with us. God bless you. Watch those towers. Feel the power.
Hey, if you think really hard, maybe we can stop this rain. No rain, 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 no rain. got the feeling too. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, it's time to move. I've got something that's a strong groove. Got love, I said love all night. I've got love out here in Woodstock, out in the rain, baby. Oh yeah, I've got love.
Our food concessionaires had threatened to poison the water. We had a number of arguments, all of which they won, about who would get the money from the sale of the food and so on. Well, Food for Love was the end result of descending the food chain of concessionaires. Here it was, the end of July or the beginning of August, and 3 guys who lived in Greenwich Village who said they could put together an operation for us were all we had left. When they got up there and their trucks got up there and the food that they had ordered got up there and it was clear that it was wildly inadequate, they began overcharging because it was scarce. And like any commodity, if it's scarce, the price goes up. This angered not only Woodstock Ventures, but understandably it angered the crowd. And the crowd had organized to march on the food stands and liberate the food from the people selling it.
Now, there's a guy up there, some hamburger guy, that had his stand burned down last night. But he's still got a little stuff left. And for you people that still believe that, you know, capitalism isn't that weird, you might help him out and buy a couple of hamburgers.
You guys wouldn't keep out of the way so we could get to his ambulance. Please, stay out of the middle of the intersection.
We need a doctor or a medic, please, over on stage left. On this side of the stage, please, at your earliest convenience, please.
A lot of kids on acid and shit like that. Only one kid died of heroin overdose. Yeah, another guy died. He was run over, I believe.
It's like a city. I mean, you got people cutting their fingers, you got people who forgot their medicine for their diabetes, you've got people that are having babies, you got people that are overdosing on drugs. You had a lot of LSD out there, and people were taking LSD and not quite knowing what to do about it if they were a virgin LSD taker. So our job was to move these people into situations where they could finish their trip and be happy. Now, at the beginning, one of the doctors was giving Thorazine. And we immediately went over to the doctor and said, listen, if you give Thorazine, you stop a person's trip. It's not healthy for them. So you just move those people you see towards us, and we'll put them in our trip tents. One guy was freaking out on acid, and he was just freaking out. And I took him back into the tent and sat him down, and I said, you know, you're going to be okay. You know, we love you, and all these people love you. And he calmed down. I said, why don't you take a nap right here? You could. This is our tent. Why don't you have a nice time? Just take a nap here. And he calmed down, and he made it.
This is a thing called I'm Going Home by Helicopter.
baby. Oh, baby, hunt this sheep my wife. Oh, tell me, baby, where it gets rolling down. Tell me, baby, where it gets rolling down. Ooh, baby, gonna have more fun. Yeah. Oh, baby, I love that way you walk. Yeah. Oh, do the stomp. Do the stomp. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Look out, babe, I'm coming to get you one more time. Come on, huh? Years after. Please, a warm thank you for 10 years after.
Just need to find some place where I can lay my head. Yeah, mister, can you tell me where the man might find the bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Picked up my bag, I went to Moses, there ain't nothing that you can say. It's just old Luke and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about yon Italy? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep me Santa Lee company? Take the load off, Fanny. Take the load for free. Take the load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
Crazy Chester followed me and he caught me in the fall. He said, I will fix your act if you just take that dog.
What did you say?
I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you be checking whenever you can.
I want you to take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Get your cannonball now to take me down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. I want you to take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
kept bugging. Packed up my suitcase, all down there, that down Road. I'm still trying to make it down one road, make it down.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, yes. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Yeah.
It was Monday morning, and we realized that we had to be down at the bank at 9 a.m. the next morning when it opened, and a cascade of checks that we had written over the weekend to keep the show going would be arriving. What had we done? And what did this mean? What was Monday morning going to be like? For that matter, what was the rest of our lives going to be like, having, presided over this weekend? And we were greeted by a New York Times editorial headline, "Nightmare in the Catskills."
Everything gonna be alright, yeah.
Paul Butterfield's Blues Band.
There's plenty of room in the field. The roads are fairly clear now, so if any of you decided that you've had enough music and you're getting a little tired, yeah, there may be one or two. You can get buses out of Monticello. Everything's cool. Everything's very cool all the way around. Thank you all again. It just keeps going. It's lovely.
Walk through my tuk-tuk and the paradise we will share. No one will love you so wrong. Nothing stop me now, 'cause I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, Sha-na-na, Harold, turn up the price.
We had done everything wrong that you could do. We'd busted a business venture, we'd written a lot of checks that we couldn't cover, we had done something that the Times had reviled, and now we were sitting there in front of the top brass of the bank. It was like an inquisition. They made us squirm.
And then Fortune really smiled on us because it turned out there was about $1 million lying around in the ticket outlets. And Warner's paid us a lot of money for the movie later on, and in the fullness of time, it all worked.